Here's to the present, taking control of the here and now, and never letting go.
Wiz gets a hold of one. Back it goes, and it's gone! And UCLA jumps in front. Back that one goes, and out of here. Got her.
Change up.
And there it is. Maya Brady busts out.
One step away, 1 inch closer to becoming champions.
Welcome to the NCAA Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. The if necessary is necessary in our first national semifinal of the day. Oklahoma and UCLA ready to go again after the Bruins beat the Sooners moments ago 7-3. It was all home runs all day. Maya Brady, not once does she go deep. There's a 2-run shot, but she's going to go again. 3-run job. Delaney Wiz also with a home run. And the Bruins were able to bash away Holly Azevedo. Terrific in relief. So good, in fact, they're going to call her name again to start the big strikeout there of Jocelyn Allo. And she was able to keep the Bruin bats quiet. UCLA will be the home team this time around after Wiz and Brady went the distance. 2 home runs as well for the Oklahoma Sooners, but for the third time, they have to try and bounce back from a loss. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the semifinal Monday here at the Women's College World Series. I'm Beth Mowins, along with our Olympic gold medalists Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. Holly Rowe is down on the field with us. We turn to you first, Smitty. How did the Bruins get it done? How do they do it again?
Well, with their pitching, it was about changing speeds, and that's how you take power away from a very strong Oklahoma team. So you have to pitch it low, you have to pitch it slow, and that's what they did. And then on the flip side for their offense, it's about just getting the ball out of the yard, and we'll see if they can do that against Hope Troutwine. Different mindset, ball low. Now they're going to have to be attacking the rise ball.
Yeah, and you look at Oklahoma, I mean, this is a team that's outscored their opponents by a ton throughout the whole entire season. This is the first game all season long they've ever been out-homered. So a lot of times you go to the pitching or defense that needs to get it done. For Oklahoma to win this game, they have to out-hit UCLA. It's been their thing with their game the entire season. They got to do much of the same right now.
All right, we've got one more to go. The winner advances to the championship series for the 8th time if it's Oklahoma, for the 20th time if it's UCLA. Oklahoma, the visitors, that means 4 All-Americans who have all hit a home run here at the World Series will try and get the Sooners out to the advantage. Win or go home. Here's a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Capital One for the top seed, led by Jocelyn Allo in that number 2 spot in the order. Your back-to-back National Player of the Year. They will try and get back to the championship series here for the 3rd year in a row, looking for back-to-back titles. Your Capital One starting lineup. Let's go down to the field with Holly Rowe.
Well, I just talked to Patty Gasso and asked her what she said to the team after they lost that first game. And she said her message was to remind them we're resilient. This is a resilient team. She said it's been a long time since we've lost back-to-back. She is starting Hope Troutwine, and she feels like because UCLA has not been able to see her, that could be an advantage. She also reminded her team everything's new. This is a new umpire, a new strike zone that we should use in our favor. And when I asked her how to attack Holly Azevedo a little bit better, she said she has a really good pitch sequence. That changeup is in the sequence. We've got to be more on time for that. But we're also getting good pitches early in the sequence. We've got to start swinging at good pitches.
Thank you, Holly. Well, here is the situation for the Sooners. 2,306 days since they've lost twice in the same day. That's 5 years ago, 3+ months with Washington and Minnesota in 2016. Not an easy task, but that is what is at hand for Holly Azevedo and the Bruins.
On Azevedo threw just 42 pitches in the last game. Most important pitch that she did throw was that changeup, keeping Oklahoma off balance. And I think that's going to be the key to the pitch sequence that Holly Rowe just spoke about, is when Holly Azevedo is throwing this pitch, identifying how Oklahoma is taking it or swinging at it. And this is the changeup, the reverse spin. She leads with the pinky, so it spins in the opposite direction, it moves, and then she'll elevate with the rise ball on the outside corner. She'll also throw a curveball, but the drop ball as well. She can go in all different planes, and she's going to need to use every one of them again here today against Oklahoma.
It's happened 8 times in the 40-year history of this tournament that a team has swept a semifinal doubleheader to advance to the finals. It happened for both teams in last year's Champ Series. And away we go. First pitch of ball to Jada Coleman. She led things off for the Sooners earlier today with a home run in her first at-bat. Coleman followed by Jocelyn Allo and Tiare Jennings. Of course, we love talking strategy. UCLA and Kelly Inoue Perez deciding to stay with Azevedo, who was the reliever in that earlier game, and not go back to the starter Megan Faremo, who obviously would be available if need be in this game.
Azevedo did a better job in just keeping away from the barrels. We saw the biggest hit against Faremo. It's that velocity. Once you can catch up to it, she's up in the zone. Very well see her again this game, but it's how they complement each other. One down off speed, the other one up, higher speeds.
Azevedo, by the way, has not lost in the postseason, and Coleman with the leadoff walk for the Sooners. Bruins scored first in the first game, never lost the lead. Can the Sooners get something cooking? They have been dynamite in the first inning of games this season, as Jocelyn Allo steps in with her 118 career home runs, flirting with that 500 batting average on the season.
Watch her look in. That's been the spot. They've started her off. Obviously, she didn't want to bite there. A little bit up and in for strike one, but they have been consistent with how they start off the greatest hitter here in college softball.
And I'm curious to these big boppers if they're sitting change first time through.
Allo hit a 2-run home run on Saturday against Texas. One of the more remarkable statistics of her career, she is averaging a home run every 5 plate appearances. Can you say somebody's due for a home run after they just hit one a couple days ago?
When it's her, yes.
Yes.
She was 1 for 3 earlier. And Azevedo got one of the biggest strikeouts of the tournament, if not the biggest, when Jocelyn came to the plate as the tying run. Allo looking for the gap, and she'll find it. The one bounce into the base of the wall. Coleman will be held at third, and 2 in scoring position for OU. Double for Allo.
Well, Allo's going to hit a changeup. I think she was looking for this all along. It's an outside pitch. That's the pitch she actually struck out on in the first game. This one, it's low. She goes down and Pola and Brady a little bit slow getting to this ball in the gap. When it was elevated up, I thought someone was going to get underneath of it, but it gets down. A big double for Oklahoma. They're in business here in the top of the first.
And it's the first time today they have had runners in scoring position. All their home runs earlier were bombs. 2 on for Tiare Jennings, the first team All-American. Couple of flyouts and a strikeout in the earlier game. She has 2 home runs here at the World Series. On the season, a crazy .537 average with runners in scoring position. Walking a double. And the first challenge for Holly.
Ball.
1-2. Jennings gets a hold of one, blasts it deep and out of here. 3-run home run.
This is what they do. The long ball, the power that they get, especially you guys with 2 strikes. I mean, this pitch down in the zone, but in that zone, the Tiare Jennings looking for, sitting on, inside corner at the knees, and she knew it. Throwing that bat down. The response for Oklahoma right here, top of the first, the 3 spot.
Sooners jump in front, 3 at-bats. 3 runs in, and the quick visit from Lisa Fernandez out to Holly Acevedo.
And that is home run number 145 for this booming Sooner team. 2 last game, 1 this game. They are continuing to score via the long ball.
Sooner fans are loving it, and they've grabbed the lead here in the winner go-home game on this semifinal Monday. A lead for Hope Troutwine to work with. Question now is how big? Lions skies it, Perez under it. 1 down. Let's watch Tiare tee off again.
Well, that's just a pitch that Tiare just gets all over. She can feel Garcia underneath her on that inside pitch. It's in the river. She just barrels it up and drives it out. And again, that's one of those pitches where Acevedo is ahead at a 1-2 count, and it still leaves the yard.
It is an absolute slugfest. 6th home run in the last 8 innings for these 2 clubs. And look at what they continue to do in the first inning of games.
Wow.
Message sent by the top seed that they would not go quietly. And a reminder of how difficult it is to try and beat them back to back. No one has ever beaten them twice in the same day in their World Series history, dating back to 2000 and their first national championship season. But I love what Patty Gasso talked to Holly Rowe about. No panic. You know, they lost their first game last year here at the World Series, fought their way back into the championship, lost game 1 of the Champ Series, and then fought their way to win games 2 and 3 to win the title. Left fielder Alyssa Brito. Tiare Jennings, by the way, 3 home runs now in 4 World Series games. Brito. Vines coming on, got it. The record, by the way, Jocelyn Allo hit 4 last year to tie it in a single World Series.
Oh, Jennings, that's her 27th of the year. Just continues to climb up.
Two down for Lindsay Elam. She gets the start behind the plate today. Snow stays at first, so Kinsey Hansen out of the lineup. Potential pinch hitter or defensive replacement later. They have 2 All-America caliber backstops at Oklahoma. Look out, Holly. Azevedo comes back to get the strikeout, but damage done, and Oklahoma jumps in front.
Tiare Jennings, what she's been doing all season long, her 27th on the season. Oklahoma loses game 1, but they bounce back quick. Top of the first, 3-zip Sooners.
Check out the starting lineup brought to you by Capital One. UCLA, the home team today. Washington, Perez, Wiz, and then Maya Brady having herself a day already in the opener. 2 for 4, 2 home runs, and she drove in 5, a 2-run shot and a 3-run shot. It was UCLA that jumped in front in the opener. Now they will be called upon to rally, and they'll try and do it against Hope Troutwine. The senior transfer gets the call.
Hope Troutwine, you look at her numbers. The World Series, 2 appearances, 11 2/3, giving up 4 earned runs. That's double the amount that she's given up in the regular season. And what she does is a lot up in the zone with that rise ball. In fact, 200 pitches thrown in the year, 150 of them have been rise balls. That's 80%, folks. And what she does, starts low, ends high. That tight spin she gets on the pitch. Look at the line and where you see from a batter's point of view that pitch looks like, ends up a lot higher. Where she will find her success.
Leading off for UCLA, first base number 37, Kinsley Washington.
Kinsley Washington to lead things off. Of course, as the game gets underway, you realize that some players out there like Kinsley, Bree Perez, Delaney Wiz, the top 3 in the batting order here, might be their final game as a Bruin. Fighting to play at least one more day. Winner is on to the Champ Series. A date with either Oklahoma State or Texas. One of those 2 teams tonight on the brink of going to the Champ Series for the first time in school history. I guess it's only fitting that, we've had the Blue Bloods here, the former champs, 4 of them. But we also had 4 teams here trying to win their first national championship, and it's going to be Blue Blood versus newbie starting on Wednesday night, regardless of the outcomes.
And it just feels like it was going to be that type of year. With all the depth throughout the country, the success of a lot of programs, the number of upsets and unseeded teams.
Troutwine opens up with the strikeout, 1 down.
And so Troutwine has that really good rise ball at the top of the zone, but she can also throw this. It's a little bit of a screwball that's going to move away from the lefties into the righties. Expanding that strike zone gets Washington to swing through it.
Bree Perez, 5th year out of Martinez, California. She and her sister Kylie, they've been penciled into the Bruins lineup card for the last 8 years running. They had one season together. Remarkable stretch. The two sisters with over 600 combined hits in their Bruin careers. And Bree a part of that 2019 title team. Those are some pretty good numbers right there. Over 500 games at UCLA. The hits, 376 wins. And they've touched home plate an awful lot. So much experience out there, championship winners on both sides. Hope Troutwine, though, is new to this stage. Transferred in so she could have a moment like this. Said, I knew about the high standard here. I've watched Oklahoma over the years. And when I decided to transfer, I wanted to be a part of this pitching staff with Nicole May and Jordy Ball. Best ERA in the country for her and the team at the start of this World Series. Patty Gasso talking strategy with Nicole May if they need some more of her. She got the start earlier, took the loss. Perez, left field, Brito back. And it's out of her glove. The miscue for Oklahoma. And Perez slides in safe at second. Mistimed her jump out there in left field.
It's also the route that she took. Melissa Brito went straight to her left. Watch her route. She's going to go to her left, then realizes it's up over her head. By that point, she's backpedaling. Once you start backpedaling, it's such a difficult catch to make. The angle there, not the most direct one. Of course, it's hard off the bat. But the first 3 steps are the most important.
They will score that a double for Bree Perez. Runner in scoring position now for Delaney Wiz. She has been their most productive bat in terms of RBI in the postseason. She also led the way during the regular season, and a chance for the Bruins to get 1 or 2 back. She can also bop it. She did in the first inning earlier today. That could be trouble. On comes Boone. And the legs to make the catch. 2 down.
We're going to see a lot of balls in the air. With Hope Troutwine on the mound. In the circle, she's going to be predominantly rise ball. We talked about it, so the outfield's going to get a lot of action out there. Of course, here comes Maya Brady. She's hit some balls in the air, 2 of them that have left the yard, game 1.
She'll get way back in the box too against Troutwine. Left foot on the chalk. Woo, she says.
Buzzing the tower, moving her back.
Didn't need that bruise.
Well, and that's why you throw in at the upper body to really lean the hitter back, and then you.
Oh, now Michelle Smith, you would never have thrown a pitch like that in your career.
Radio balls. You can see them. You can't see them. You can hear them. They buzz the tower.
Our Olympic gold medalist. One and two. Got her. 2 strikeouts to start out for Hope Troutwine. And the 3-0 Oklahoma lead.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Well, a huge upset in Game 1. Holly Azevedo coming in late in that ball game for the Bruins and being absolutely stunning. Her coaches told us before this series started that she is so convicted, even using the word stubborn, but it paid off in her favor because she always knows exactly what she wants. In the moment, facing Jocelyn Allo with runners aboard, she shook off one of the best pitching callers in all of college softball, Lisa Fernandez. She knew what she wanted in that moment, and then she executed it. I just love the word they continue to use, convicted. She believes in what she has. She believes in her ability to do it, and this is a kid with a ton of self-belief, none bigger in that moment.
Totally agree, Holly. I mean, the fact that she asked for that pitch, and guys, we don't see that enough. I mean, pitchers are getting called from the dugout. They get in, look down at the wristband, and you just go. It's almost robotic. But, you know, you sit down with Holly Acevedo, she'll laugh. She's quiet, soft-spoken. Kelly Inouye Perez got in there, and she was like, oh, no. There's a whole different beast. That circle gets around her, and it's game day.
Has not given up more than 4 runs in an appearance this season, but the Sooners were able to pop her for 3 in that first with the Jennings 3-run home run after a Coleman walk and an Allo double. So Azevedo to face 7, 8, and 9 here in the second. Winner is into the finals, which will get underway Wednesday night. Best 2 out of 3. Oklahoma State and Texas, the other semifinal tonight on ESPN at 7 Eastern. Bottom 3 in the lineup did not get a hit in the first game earlier today. They went 0 for 9.
Trying to work that drop ball in the inside corner.
Two pitch to Snow. And a base hit for Talon.
Well, that's the same pitch. That's a drop ball, but they moved to the outside corner, and Talon Snow's just going to go down and get it. This one's got a little bit of out, so it's down. It's got a little screwball spin to it. And Snow's just going to pound it right back up the middle, gets it past Bree Perez, leadoff base hit.
First hit of this Women's College World Series for Talon. You may remember her toughness from a year ago when she had that finger injury sliding into third base that kind of went all crooked on her. Taped her up, got right back out there, continued to play through the pain to help them win the championship. Boone's going to try and move her over, and she will. And the throw pulled Washington off the base. Boone is safe at first.
I don't even know if the throw did it. It's like she pulled herself off the bag because Riley Boone was getting down the line. That angle, she needed to come to the outside of the bag because that's where the throw ends up being.
Crosses her up.
Yeah, she pulled herself off. The throw's there.
Yeah.
She keeps her foot on the bag. It still might have been close.
Yeah. 9th bunt hit of the year for Boone, and so after they went 0 for in the first game, Snow and Boone started out 2 for 2 here at the bottom of the order, and it's Jana Johns. Talking with Patty Gasso, now in her 28th season with the Sooners, 5 national championships. trying to get to the championship series for the 7th time in 10 years. It's been quite the decade of dominance for OU. Harkens back to the heyday of the 80s for UCLA, the 90s for Arizona. And do we already have a pitching change here? Because Pola is coming out, Lauren Carter is going to right. That usually signifies Megan Faremo will be coming in. And here she comes out of the bullpen. Short leash when the season is at stake. Azevedo will depart. Faremo comes on with 2 aboard for Oklahoma here in the second. Pitching change for UCLA. They're down 3-0, and the Sooners are threatening again here in the second. It's Megan Faremo, who was the Game 1 starter, will now come on to relieve Holly Azevedo. Couple on with nobody out for the junior out of Oceanside, California. She'll face the 9-hitter Jana Johns.
Faremo, a lot of power. Couple of appearances, 172 pitches. Little different mix than Holly Azevedo.
Just the 1 inning, 3 hits, the 3 earned runs. The T.R.A. Jennings 3-run home run. Johns thinking sacrifice here. Jana in the opener on Thursday. Grand slam off of Northwestern. 1 of 2 in the game. Jennings also had one. The first in Oklahoma World Series history, as a matter of fact. And could not put it down, 0-2.
I think when you're run ruling teams and you have such an advantage from the get-go as Oklahoma has, they're not getting a lot of opportunities throughout the regular season to lay down bunts. They've only bunted 3 times all season.
In early games with no outs. They've already matched their hit total from the game earlier. They've got 4 of them.
This is an Oklahoma team that scouts their opponents very well. They make adjustments from pitch to pitch. So you know from game 1 to game 2, they were absolutely talking with JT Gasso on what pitches they were going to be hunting, especially off of Holly Azevedo, the starter, and now off of Megan Faremo.
You gotta, Faremo comes on to get the strikeout 1 down. And that'll bring up the top of the order.
Faremo can throw a changeup as well. Not as well known for it as Azevedo, but she is going to need to use this today. Again, it's also a flip change, and with her velocity differential in the high 60s, dropping that one down into the 50s, it's going to be a pitch she'll need to use here against the Sooners.
Jada Coleman walked back in the first. You got to get a lot in that 30 minutes between games. That's all you get. So you got to figure out who's going to be pitching. You got to talk strategy at the plate. Apparently, you got to get some food in. Now we know where Mendoza was between games. That is the back of the OU dugout.
Oh, did you guys want one? My bad.
That's some footlongs. Now, this is our girl right here. Get the onions out of there.
Get everything.
Oh, she's
like
taking
cheese.
the cheese,
Even
the
the
lettuce.
cheese.
Are we just eating bread?
I think she wants a grand salami. That's what she wants.
See what you did there.
We got the meats. There's the 1-1 pitch. Jada has been on base in 3 of her 4 plate appearances. Not only the home run, but a couple of walks. Lofted out to Kelly Gooden. 2 down. And here comes Jocelyn Allo. Double to right center, went the opposite way her first time up and came in to score on the Jennings HR.
And remember, Acevedo really attacked her in. And that was kind of the game plan against Allo. Imagine with Megan Framo, not only is it going to be upstairs, but they're trying to get off barrel.
Absolutely destroys that one. Way back. A 2-run Jallo shot for Oklahoma.
And look at where they came. Inside, Jocelyn Allo does a perfect job. Look how her front foot stays open. She's ready. She's turning on this pitch, ready for this pitch. You can't attack these hitters the same way each time. Why? Because they adjust. When was the last time we've seen a ball, by the way, hit this high and far? And how about her calling the fans? Bring it. I got to 3 more.
3-run shot in the first for Jennings, and now a 3-run shot in the second for Allo.
And it's amazing. They absolutely know what they're hunting. There's no hesitation on that.
Yeah.
With that home run, by the way, number 119, she tacks on 3 more RBI and has now moved to 3rd all-time in NCAA history, passing Laura Espinosa. #31st of the year, her 3rd season at OU with 30-plus homers. No one's ever had 3 seasons like that, and Jennings peppers one out to right.
This has got to be quite a collection. The home run ball going to Jocelyn Allo's parents.
That's another member of the Allo clan. Levi and Renee are parents. I think they've run out of hands at this point. So proud of her Hawaiian heritage, Polynesian descent, loves carrying that flag. The record-breaking home run when she became the all-time queen, she was able to do back home and was choked up, addressing all of her fans out there, talking about the opportunities for any little girl from the islands to chase the same dreams that she has.
And how about her calling the fans? I mean, talk about someone who knows the home run trot because she's been there before so many times as she's rounding second. Just go ahead and let's get loud, Oklahoma. She came around to home.
Yeah, 119 trips around the bases. I wonder how many miles that is.
Yep. Bring them. Bring it.
I got you.
What'd you say, trophy hunting?
Yeah, trophy hunting indeed. She's got just about every personal one in her case, and now trying to get a 2nd national championship trophy with the Sooners. Levi leading the chants of Boomer. Sooner. Boy, they really didn't skip a beat after they lost. Took a body shot earlier today in the first game of the semifinals. And boy, have they responded. And when you talk about, Jess, you referenced it, they're the biggest thing in sports right now. She's probably the biggest athlete in sports right now. You talk about domination by the GOATs. 3 of the top 15 home run seasons of all time. Jordan, 3 of the top 18 scoring seasons in the NBA. Tom Brady, 3 passing touchdown seasons. And the Babe, 4 of the top 26 home run seasons. Alo is right there with him. And she may be helping Oklahoma to play at least 2 more days in the best 2 out of 3 champ series, which will get underway Wednesday night.
It's also just being ready for a pitch. I mean, we give them so much credit for the result, but it's the point before getting into the batter's box of what they're looking for, what they're prepared for, and honestly, what they're hunting.
Lyons, Perez, Vines beating Jennings to the base. 6-0 Sooners. This was earlier after the Jennings home run to her teammates. Alo says 5. That's all we're going to need today, 5 innings. And she delivers. Doing her part with the deepest drive of the World Series. And a 6-0 Sooner takeoff. Sooners and Pokes coming up tonight. Oklahoma State a win away. Texas needs to sweep a double. Whoever it is moving on, they will play for the first national championship in their school's history. Top of the bracket. Crazy how things have played out here at the World Series. Top of the bracket has 17 national championships. The bottom, they're still looking for their first. And Jocelyn Alo absolutely wailed on that pitch. Sent it deep. 3-run home run. And they are indeed working on a big crooked number through the first couple of innings.
Okay, and I'm the math in the booth, so 119 home
119
runs
home runs. How?
times 240 feet is 28,560 feet divided by...
Just trotting on
just
her home
trotting
runs in her career.
Correct.
Pop up left side, Jana Johns, as we go back to Professor Smith for the mileage on her home run trots in her career.
So that's 28,560 feet divided by 5,280 feet in a mile. That's 5.4 miles.
5 miles.
4 miles of home run. We have confirmation from our guys at 643. That is correct, Smitty. That is correct. Over 5 miles of home run trotting for Alo. We're lucky enough to have Smitty in the booth with us. If you don't have that luxury, get 643, folks. They've been teaming up with us this postseason. They're here at the World Series, all kinds of goodies. Even for an English major like me, I can appreciate the figures. One down for Savvy Pola. Pola out to center. Jada Coleman. Let's go down to Holly Rowe.
Well, Hope Trotwine is a fascinating story for Oklahoma softball. She was pitching at North Texas in 2020. She had a 21 strikeout no-hitter, and that season also played against Oklahoma and got the win. That caught the eye of Patty Gasso, and her dad Paul told me that they really were kind of intrigued when they went into the portal and Oklahoma had seen her. She was very flattered she could move up from North Texas to Oklahoma softball, but they were very impressed when they saw her and they faced her at North Texas.
Yeah, Patty's gone into the portal now the last few years. They got Paige Lowry from Missouri. They got G. Juarez from Arizona State, and now Hope Troutwine. Those other two were parts of national championship teams. Last year, G was the MOP, went 5-0 at the World Series. Troutwine trying to get to 3-0 today.
And how much they've had to rely on are the last 3 weeks. The absence of Jordy Ball. Who's playing kind of more of a background role. Now, I'd say she has definitely been the ace of this staff ever since the injury to Jordy Ball.
I remember last year she had that perfect game where she had the perfect game of 21 consecutive outs, but it was all strikeouts, 21 strikeouts. So that'll put you on the radar for anybody.
Ahead of Framo here, 1-2. Well, if you're UCLA now, you just got to try and collect yourselves and chip away. In the dirt, 2-2. A pair of 3-run home runs. Tiare Jennings, Jocelyn Allo. 26 games in a row with a home run. As Framo chases the rise in a 1-2-3 inning. 2 complete. 6-love Sooners.
Here's to her story, making history.
Jocelyn Allo! There's a new home run queen in college softball.
Yeah, her story is one of the best in softball history. Look at her being a good teammate down there. Making sure the sunscreen's on the braids, the scalp there. Here's the 3-run shot off of Megan Framo in the second inning. Her story, by the way, you can read more about it. She is the ESPN, the magazine cover girl this month. Flying into home plate right there.
Let's go, Brito. Here you go.
Ball. 6-0 lead. We showed you earlier talking about 5 innings. They would love to end this early, get out of the heat, get some rest. The new format here at the Women's College World Series does give the teams a day off tomorrow before the championship series. Something new this year.
Ball.
Brito, Elam, and Snow due up for the Sooners.
Well, with the new format as well, Beth, this is the if necessary game now. There's 30 minutes after. So there are a couple of different changes. Last year, if there was a if necessary, there was about a 4-hour break. The other side of the bracket would play their first game, and then the if necessaries would take place in the evening.
I think most softball players and fans like this way better.
Absolutely.
You want to get right back at it.
Well, and it was an opportunity for UCLA in this instance to be able to start Haliasa Vito, who had just finished throwing at the end of game 1. So different schools of thought on it, but yeah, I mean, for myself as a player, when I used to, I'd rather go right back to back.
Not uncommon in softball growing up and into travel ball. Play all weekend long, double headers and triple headers. And
I think the thing that still just sticks out the most, though, is just how quickly Oklahoma can continue to make the adjustments.
And a strikeout for Framo. Holly Rose got the Allo family with her, Holly.
Well, I've got nieces, nephews, cousins, and dad. And Dad, I wanted to talk to you. Is that the farthest home run you've ever seen Jocelyn hit?
No, I think the one against Alabama was further than that.
Okay, unofficially, we think that was further. You guys had to put a lot of work in. How many balls would she hit per day to get that kind of eye at the plate?
When she was young, she was hitting 1,000 balls a day. You know, just we'd go do a couple buckets, pick them all up, do it again and again, and she just wanted to keep on doing it, so we kept doing it. You know.
Your family would also save about $10,000 a year so you could fly to California and go to travel ball. How has that sacrifice from your whole family really paid off for her?
To tell you the truth, I don't know how I did it. We made it happen. Like, we don't have a lot of money by any means, but we make it happen, and it was a great sacrifice for us, and she's reaping the benefits, and it's been a fun ride. I wouldn't do it any other way.
She's really giving back to her community. I know you guys are trying to start some other teams in Honolulu and Hawaii where you're from. Tell us how she's giving back to her community.
You know, she just has a lot of love for Hawaii, and she wants to have Hawaii kids be showcased. And me, every time I see a coach and I talk to them, I always try and bring up, hey, I got a kid from Hawaii. Let's get a kid from Hawaii here. Let's get a kid from Hawaii here, you know.
All right. Well, we hope that this is a gift that keeps on giving. We have sure enjoyed covering your daughter, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Holly.
Thanks, Levi. Nice to meet you guys. Welcome.
Cute. Pretty cool, too, that that's part of Jocelyn's NIL deal that she has teamed up with the university. So the Aloes get to wear her face on their shirts, their sweatshirts, and Elam flies out, 2 down. Somebody got a depth charged size drink right there. You come to the World Series, they don't mess around. They don't mess around.
They're like small buckets.
I love all the family, too, that's here to support her. We see so much family come to Oklahoma City, but not an easy distance to travel.
1-2-3 inning for the Bruins. Can they get something going? Down a 6th spot as we move to the 3rd.
And Hope Troutwine, known for her rise ball. Take a couple looks at the way this pitch bends up and in. Look at the way she gets underneath it. The screwball rise as it goes up. Great looks at the way this ball tumbles. It induces the swing and miss. It moves from low to high, it gets in your eyes, and it just disappears. Hope Troutwine getting it done with that rise ball. Great look at the way that ball rotates, moves, and explodes at the top half of the zone.
The most historic pitch in the sport of softball. I mean, the rise ball, we've seen so many greats here in OKC with that pitch. And I love the look, Smitty, because from a hitter's point of view, that's it's a very enticing pitch because it starts low and ends up not very hittable many times.
Couple of strikeouts in the first, another in the second. Here comes 8-9 and the top for UCLA. As it stands right now, the national championship would be an all Big 12 final. They only got 3 teams into the entire NCAA tournament, and all 3 reached the national semis.
Oh!
That one hit the ground first before Johns got to it.
The effort, though.
Yeah.
See the ball in the air. It's like bees on honey. Watch this, though. Go get it. Nice try. Try to sell it, too.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
I mean, she did catch it. Just bounce first.
Doing her best, Odyssey Alexander / Jessie Warren.
Gotta see one of those.
Jessie's was in fair territory. Odyssey's slide was right around the same place, I think, diving for that pop-up last year at the World Series. Jessie a few years ago, that catch for the double play for Florida State.
Diving to tag a runner was Odyssey's, too.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome plays defensively. Seen some robbed home runs.
One, 2 to Vines. 2-2. Winner of this one to face the winner of Oklahoma State and Texas. So the only 3 teams left here are the only 3 that have beaten Oklahoma this year.
That's right. Well, and I guess well deserving to be in this position.
Yeah. And another strikeout for Troutwine, 1 down. That's her 4th. And we'll remind you that the Women's College World Series Championship Series, Wednesday night is Game 1, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. Game 2 on Thursday night. Game 3, if necessary, on Friday night. For more information, go to ncaa.com. It's your official online home for all 90 NCAA championships.
Troutwine continues to be very good on the corners. So she's got that movement, but she's also been really good at just her positioning of where she's placing those rise balls. Like that last pitch right there, just the spot at where she's getting that ball into the zone and then running away from it. So look how quick this is going to get through the strike zone. And then the swing and miss, by goodness, she just waves at it. This is more screwball than rise ball.
3 in a row for Hope Troutwine, 2 down.
And continuing to expand the strike zone. She does it in a number of different ways. This is the screwball's the setup, so she expands the zone moving toward the right-handed batter's box. Now she goes up. So the setup is the screwball, and the strikeout is the rise ball up in the zone.
You see the miss, too, how much below the ball these barrels are. That's what tells you everything, is the plane you decide as a hitter to put your bat on, and then when you're missing by 4 or 5 inches, that's the movement.
Or a little different vibe over there right now for Patty Gasso than earlier today when they fell behind in the first inning and were never able to catch up. Sooners have turned the tables here with a 3-run first and a 3-run second. Former star Sydney Romero talking with Alo. She won a couple of national championships. Boy, Romero and Shea Knighton, whew, were they a doozy of a combo in 16 and 17. Alyssa Brito on the run. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, all Sooners. Holly's got Kelly I when we come back.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Here with UCLA coach Kelly Inouye-Perez. And coach, you do the unthinkable. You beat Oklahoma in game 1, but running out of some gas here. How do you get some juice back?
We got to separate the innings and play the game 1 pitch at a time. We're still early in a ball game, and you saw last game. We came out hot and they came right back. So it's softball. We got to just keep on throwing punches. But I couldn't be more proud of my team. I know they won't quit. We're going to play down to the last pitch.
Both pitchers, Holly Azevedo, Megan Faremo, have given up big 3-run home runs. What do you do pitching-wise right now?
We just got to change speeds. We got to keep them off balance. I mean, they're fierce competitors. They've got big bats. The fact that we were able to shut them down game 1, and they still came roaring back. But we've got to be able to limit the long ball. We got to be able to put some runs on the board, and we just got to play softball. But there's a competitor on the other side we have a lot of respect for. But I'm going to focus on us. We got to play our game. We got to get back to playing the game 1 pitch at a time, and I believe we can. It's going to take some time. We're going to come back around second time, and we'll see what happens.
Thanks, coach.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Kelly Inouye-Perez. And the Bruins find themselves in a bit of a pickle here. Down 6-love, top of the 4th. The winner is into the championship series, which gets underway Monday night. The Bruins' 31st World Series with 12 national championships. They have been in the finals 19 times. They are the winningest program in the sport. Oklahoma has been the team to beat, however, over the last decade. Riley Boone, Jana Johns, and then the top of the order. A 3-run home run, Tiare Jennings in the first. 3-run home run, Jocelyn Alo in the second. Remo to first, one down. Hey, it's game 4 of the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals. Rangers and the Lightning, game 4, Tuesday night at 8 Eastern on ESPN New York, leading Tampa 2-1. Be the Thunder. Hear that all the time in Tampa Bay. Be the Thunder. They've had some awfully good success of late. Rangers are what, since 1994, the days of Mark Messier?
Yep. And for the Lightning, they're trying to three-peat.
Perez battling with the sun. Got it, 2 down. Jada Coleman walked and scored in the first, a fly out in the second.
Number 24, Jada Coleman.
With Jocelyn Allo on deck here for the Sooners. Two for 2 in the ball game.
Ball. Here we go. Hup.
Well, it's interesting with Allo coming up. You know, you go back to that inning. Oklahoma had 2 consecutive base hits off of Acevedo, and then Faremo got 2 quick outs. It looked like she might have been able to get out of the inning. First pitch swinging, that all changed with Allo.
Yep. When you know what pitch you're going to get, you can only get by these Oklahoma Sooners so many times.
Yeah.
That's the tough part, is obviously making good pitches, not making mistakes,
Yep.
but also not being predictable. Jocelyn Allo knew she was going to get something inside.
And the walk will bring up Allo with 2 down.
Back Jocelyn Allo, all 5 of her bats, first pitch inside. So watch her front foot. See how open it is? What that does is it clears her hands to get barrel to that ball. This is a pitch she had been struggling with. She doesn't struggle with a whole lot, but she knew, she was expecting keeping that front side open so that her hands could get to that ball, and boy, did it.
2 hits, 2 runs scored. That 3-run home run in her last at-bat. Boy, she and Jennings have been a terrific combo. There is the launch. Bruins were hoping that would go foul because that went a long, long way out of the ballpark. One.
Already the discipline. Jocelyn Allo, she's just so smart. So she knows she hits the home run on an inside elevated pitch. They go outside first pitch here for the strike. They come back inside to that same spot, but a non-competitive strike. She doesn't bite at it. She lets it go.
Another base hit, up the middle it goes. Misplayed by Brady. And they will wave the runner home. Throw to the plate, not in time. The slide in safe for Jada Coleman. And Allo gets all the way around to third.
And this again is just how good Oklahoma hitters are, specifically Jocelyn Allo at that 500 batting average. It's not just the power, it's the ability to average. This is a changeup.
On a 1-1 count, she's going to drive this back up the middle. A little bit of a bobble out in center field by Brady, and that's all it takes for Jada Coleman with all that speed at first base to come around. So they're going to score it as a base hit and an E8. Play at the plate as Coleman coming all the way around. Good slide by Jada to get in there. 3 hits for Alo. And now Jennings will try to match that with a home run and a single. Just a fabulous combo since they moved Tiare right behind Jocelyn with the speed of Coleman in front. So many good pitches to look at, RBIs to provide. When you talk about Knighton and Romero, Shea and Sid, they're big hitters from their back-to-back championships in 16 and 17. Alo and Jennings doing similar damage and even more.
Well, and how much that's helped Jocelyn Alo. I mean, that's something that I feel like when you look back and you see the complete career of Tiare Jennings, when she's through, we're going to understand that these are two of some of the greatest hitters we've seen back to back, which has forced a lot of teams to throw to Jocelyn Alo.
Jennings with a nice career count as just a sophomore. I think the question will be, will who protect her next 2 years?
Yeah.
As she has protected Jocelyn.
Alo at third is a big run because that would bring the 8-run rule into play and would mean that UCLA would only have 6 outs left to work with. Carter got it. And that 8th run stranded, but another one in off the bat of Jocelyn Alo. 7-0 Sooners.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Here with Oklahoma coach Patty Gasso. And you said it before the game, this team is resilient. How do you see Hope Troutwine coming in and really pitching great here with the shutout?
This pitching staff has been just a really great team within a team. And she wanted to pick up Nicole May and Jordy, and so I wouldn't expect anything less from Hope right now.
What goes through your mind when you see Jocelyn Alo crush balls like that, and we see her whole family here in the stands, people from Hawaii just cheering her on?
I think everybody knows, I mean, she's the best hitter that I've seen in softball, and that's saying a lot because I've seen some great ones. But I think Jocelyn Alo's changed this sport to where people want to come out and watch Jocelyn Alo swing. So as much as all these great games and everything, just seeing Jocelyn Alo alone is what people pay for. So it's kind of cool to say that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Patty Gasso and Holly Rowe. Jocelyn Alo 3 for 3. Here's the most recent one.
Yeah, the single. Watch Dad. Though Levi, as Holly was referencing, oh, come on, wave her in, wave her in. Getting Jada Coleman all the way around.
Patty with the nice windmill there, too. High fly ball, few people calling for it, and Boone will take care of it. Bree Perez retired, 1 down. Oh, look at how they incorporate the OU into the Aloha. Well done. Here's Delaney Wiz.
Boy, and Troutwine is, she's been consecutive sitting down the Bruins. You could go back and say Perez's hit that got away from Brito. She almost could be throwing a no-no.
Yep.
5 flyouts, 5 Ks.
And that was borderline error.
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah. Efficient with her pitch count, just 42 pitches here in the 4th inning.
Well, and like what Patty was saying, I mean, Nicole May, we saw the look on her face when she came out of the game earlier today, and knowing that the amount of runs she had given up, Jordy Ball comes in. Because of the 3-1 shot to Maya Brady, just sitting down with Hope Troutwine, and the three of them, right, the staff within the staff that Patty talked about, and they said, man, Hope, because they kind of had nicknames for each, but they're saying Hope is kind of our heart, our smile. They mentioned a little bit of sass.
The fire, the ice.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordy for sure was the fire. Nicole was the ice. How much they support each other. You don't see that all the time. Smitty, you know that.
I've always said that, the pitching staff that gets along typically means there's going to be great chemistry on the team, and you've got to be able to have each other's backs.
Yeah, it was Hope was the sass and the spark. That's what they said. Each with their own superhero, superpower.
Boy, a nice shout out from Patty Gasso. That JJ on her visor for the late, great Joan Joyce. When we talk about Title IX, one of the true trailblazers in women's softball, women's athletics. Fly out, 2 down. Let's send it down to Holly.
Well, guys, we're seeing Jocelyn Allo gear all through the stadium, and I love that Athletic Director Joe Castiglione worked with the Allo family to license it through OU so she can use Oklahoma messaging and logos. It's a really cool thing that helps the school, helps her and her family, and Maya Brady also able to take advantage of this name, image, and likeness change. She's got great sponsors. She's got a 2-year deal with Champion. She's in a commercial with the very famous singer Saweetie. Like, these women are rocking it. And as women who haven't gotten paid much all of these years through their endorsements after softball, it's just really cool to see these young people capitalizing it now while they're in college at the height of their fame.
Well, and the brand's understanding how important it is, how strong, and how many young girls look up to them.
Joel and Holly, you were there at the women's Final Four. I believe it was 3 of the top 5 that have social media followings were women's basketball players over the guys. And it's great to see in soccer and volleyball, gymnastics, the softball players getting a chance.
And on the 50th anniversary of Title IX and the year that Joan Joyce passes away, the JJ on Coach Gasso's visor, it did almost come full circle, right? The Joan Joyces of the world who were a huge part of our sport that helped the sport continue to grow through the 60s and 70s, and now here we are, in 2022, athletes being able
to make a living,
and make some money off of their own branding.
Well, too, it's great, all the support, the attention that they're getting from the professional male athletes.
Yep.
I mean, so many Major League Baseball players are watching. They got the games on in the clubhouse here at the Women's College World Series. Of course, Maya's Uncle Tom Brady, he's watching. Giving her a shout out for her 2-home-run game earlier today. But right now, it's a Sooner party. 7-0 OU.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Jennings gets a hold of one. Blasts it deep and out of here. Absolutely destroys that one. Way back. A 2-run Jallo shot for Oklahoma. All home runs all day here on semifinal Monday at the Women's College World Series. The defending champs looking for a 6th national championship. They lost earlier 7-3, and now the 7-0 lead. 16 of the 17 runs scored today via the long ball. Been bopping it all over the place. UCLA had 3 in the first game. Here's Grace Lyons, again flirting with the run rule. If they get one across here, UCLA would be down to its final at-bat of the season.
Ball to right.
Lyons, Brito, and Elam duo. 0 for 2 today for Grace.
Ball.
Some of these older players like Lyons, it would be a 3rd straight trip to the championship series. And a chance to go back-to-back. And that hits her.
And I think with the caliber of this Oklahoma team, there's the expectation of playing in the championship series. You see this is a screwball that just gets away, and I think that Grace started to squint before it hit her. That never feels good.
One on for Brito. Alyssa's 0 for 2. Struck out on a changeup in the 3rd. Patty Gasso calls it the championship mindset. And it has worked effectively ever since their first title back in 2000.
Well, they do such a good job with just the perspective within the expectation, right? Especially even their own fans that are, rabid, that want them to just win every single game and every pitch and every inning. Obviously, you expect to do that, but it's hard to actually physically do it. And they have. I mean, that's the amazing part of it.
Daughter of a single mom, Janet, grew up in Southern California where she played softball at Long Beach and then started her coaching career at Long Beach City College before making the jump to Norman in 1995, pursuing a career she always wanted to be a part of. Reached the pinnacle for the first time in 2000. And then Patty was telling us the other day, then it became all about softball and all about winning, and the obsession actually kind of brought her down. And there was a stretch where she wasn't happy, and the team, as a result, wasn't as successful. And then when Patty said she found the right perspective, the balance, life, family, her strong faith, and of course, a powerhouse softball team, you put all those together, and they started coming back to the Women's College World Series. She gets to coach alongside her son. Her other son is also in the business. And for the last decade, lights out.
And I thought it was great, too, what she said about her sons, that at one point she had contemplating maybe leaving coaching, and her sons were like, Mom, but we're a part of softball. You don't need to leave softball to be more involved with us because we're involved with softball. And I thought that was great. It was almost freedom for her to really dive into the game and stay in the game, and because it's a family affair.
JT's wife, Andrea Harrison, great softball player for UCLA, ironically enough, as Brito gets a base hit. And that'll push that 8th run now into scoring position.
Another 2-strike hit for the Oklahoma Sooners, and this one middle, left on a platter for Brito, who had been fouling off a lot of pitches on the inner half, and takes this one kind of inside outs it, drives it hard up the middle.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a curveball that just doesn't get out of the zone.
Pitching for Oklahoma, number 9, Kenton Hansen.
guess there's been some social media chatter. Where is Alo now on the all-time RBI list? She, of course, is number 1 all-time in home runs. She just jumped over Laura Espinoza to number 3 at 317. Arizona's Leah Bratz, 322. ESPN's own Jenny Dalton-Hill, 328. As Hansen loads them up for the Sooners. A hit batter and a couple of singles.
Hansen getting a pitch on the inside corner is just going to drive that through the 5-6 hole. Doing her job as a pinch hitter.
And I think they might get an opportunity here to get Lauren Shaw now into the game. The grad transfer from Ohio will be coming on for Megan Faremo. Valiant effort from the Bruins in the earlier game today to force this if necessary. Sooners immediately turned up the heat here in the second game, and Faremo will depart, and Lauren Shaw will have a chance to play in the Women's College World Series. Back in a moment. Our bracket update brought to you by Enterprise. Oklahoma and UCLA playing in the if necessary game. The Sooners on top, moving closer to a return to the championship series. It will be the first time ever for Oklahoma State or Texas. That's our second game tonight. There's the Pokes rolling in. What are you guys looking forward to in that matchup? Oh, Oklahoma State has won 10 of the last 11 meetings, including all 4 this year.
I think it's going to be a battle. Texas is playing really well right now. Oklahoma State, I think it will be interesting to see who they start in game 1. Will it be Kelly Maxwell? Will it be Morgan Day?
Yeah, Kelly Maxwell. She's been the best pitcher here in Oklahoma City. Of course, knowing that they do have the staff. Texas has been fun to watch. You don't count them out.
Oh, no way.
Those their teams.
Never been an unseeded team to the finals before. They will have to win twice tonight to do that. Oklahoma State needs 1. Here's Lauren Shaw's scouting report. From one crafty lefty to another, Smitty.
She's got that lefty run, so a curve screw and a drop, a great changeup. And she's got a couple lefties here and Snow. Well, excuse me. No, we don't.
Got a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter in, and so immediately you put the lefty in, and Oklahoma counters with the righty.
It's Grace Green.
Yep. So Grace Green hitting for Snow, and then Riley Boone.
Grace has a chance to put Oklahoma into run rule territory here and force UCLA into their final at-bat in the bottom half of the inning. They have 39 run rule wins. And they are in run rule territory. 8-0 OU. Grace Green, RBI. Scores the other Grace, Lions.
This is a curveball on the inside corner, and you can just see the way that Green is set up. This Oklahoma team hits the inside pitch so well because they are so far off of the plate that anything that tries to get inside, they just bash right back up the middle. Big RBI for Grace Green.
Another run coming in. Riley Boone, they're going to try and get a second, and they will. Sooners pouring it on.
How about Jocelyn Allo early this game? Beth, you pointed it out. She said, hey, we're only going 5 innings today because this is how Oklahoma responds. 39 of their wins this year have been run rule wins because when they get their backs against the wall like they did, especially losing earlier today, you knew they were going to come out with a big response and a 10 spot already here in the 5th.
3 in the first, 3 more in the second, a run in the fourth, and now another 3 spot for the 10-0 lead. Here's Jana Johns. The run rule thing, though, is crazy. I mean, yeah, 39 run rules. Even if you're playing, just to the 5th inning, as they get another base hit from Johns. That's 78 innings lost. That's 10 games. The equivalent of 10 games of playing time that they've lost out on because they've been so good.
No other team has more than 20 run rule wins. If they do that here, they'll have double.
Yep.
That of any other team in NCAA softball.
Bases are loaded for Jada Coleman.
Well, it's amazing as we talk about how good they are and how many runs per game they average. Can you imagine if they had 2 more innings to put runs up? How many runs?
Which has
per
added
game?
up.
Exactly.
Actually, Smitty, if you want to do some quick math, that would be 78 innings time. Well, they do average 9 runs a game.
Yeah, so about an inning, a run and a half an inning, let's estimate. So that would be another 3 runs times
I just like watching
40
the
games.
Yeah.
So that's another
120
runs. Craziness. That was pretty good math, Bimo.
Just trying to keep up. I'm just watching a tennis match right now.
I was told there'd be no. The Sooners are on their feet, and they are loving it right now. As my good buddy Mark Twain likes to say, Smitty, don't let your education get in the way of your learning.
I could give you an Einstein quote. Make it simple, but no simpler.
There you go. Boom. I'll give you that.
Twain to Einstein.
There you go. That's really how you have to play the game of softball. Simplify it, right? Don't make it harder than it is.
Still nobody out. 3 runs in, bases are loaded. That'll walk in another, and now Holly Acevedo got up out of the dugout, and she will head to the bullpen. Holly, one of the seniors that this may be their final game. Bree Perez, Kinsley Washington, Delaney Wiz. RBI single for Taylon Snow, the 2-run single for Riley Boone. And now Coleman walks a run in, and you got to deal with Jocelyn Allo again. A double, a home run, and a single.
Uh-oh. Don't do it.
Coming up with the bases loaded. The Bruins beat the Sooners in the 2019 Championship Series. Then last year, the Sooners knocked the Bruins out in an elimination game here last year. And now after UCLA forces the if necessary, Sooners might run rule them out of town.
On the immediate response, too. It was the first pitch of this game. Jada Coleman firing up her team, getting on base, and Allo with the double, Jennings with the home run.
Jocelyn Allo, number 120 of her career, is a grand slam. Wow. Third of this World Series for Sooner hitters. And for Jocelyn, the second of the day as she goes deep.
Just have a day. 4 for 4, 2 home runs. She's got 7 ribbies. That's just this game alone.
And it's on a changeup.
I mean, changeup, rise ball, screwball. She's hit them all. Every part of the field.
Big smiles for Allo and Gasso and the Sooners, 15-0. And we will take a break with the pitching change for UCLA. th time this year that a Sooner has multiple home runs in a game. Allo a 3-run shot in the second, and now the grand slam here in the 5th. And a 15-0 Oklahoma lead as they inch closer to the championship series. Holly Azevedo will come back into the game with nobody out here in the top of the 5th, and we've talked about it throughout this tournament. How important to avoid the big inning.
Wow.
They now in their 4 games have an 8-run inning, a 7-run inning, and a 6-run inning, and there's number 120 for Allo.
And Levi, her dad, what do they do with all the softballs though? That's the real question.
Wow.
Tiare Jennings, 2 for 3. Let's go down to Holly.
Okay, I promise I'll find out before the next game where all those softballs go, 120. But I do know this. She has won 2 National Player of the Year trophies. She won another one just a few days ago, and she has given both of those to her dad, Levi. So those are at his house.
All right.
Well, and ironically enough, those trophies are now in the form of Lisa Fernandez, who's the assistant coach at UCLA.
Fabulous.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
They didn't have that specific award when she was playing. Otherwise,
Yep.
I'm thinking she would have won at least 2 herself.
Well, you know what? There should be more courts named after women, more stadiums named after women, more statues out front of ballparks. 1 down. Let's take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance, and 7 ribbies ties the single game record here at the World Series.
Oh, pitch on the inside corner that she just destroys. And then how about a changeup for the grand slam? 7 RBIs, 4 for 4 on the day, a double, a 3-run home run, a single, and a grand salami. Not a bad day.
I'd take it.
Yeah, I'd take that in a career or a month or, you know.
For Allo, her 3rd home run of this World Series. Remember last year in the Champ Series, she hit home runs in games 2 and 3 to propel them to the title. Ryan's out in front of the change.
I also think it's such a great reminder of a response to failure. I mean, it feels like a long time ago now, but it was only an hour and a half ago that Jocelyn Allo struck out against Holly Acevedo, and what really was the difference in the game, that at bat, striking out, coming back to the dugout, you could see the frustration, but then the turnaround, the quickness of putting that, flushing it, and then learning and adjusting, knowing how they would pitch her and having this game follow up on that. I think so many players let that failure consume them because it happens, even to the best.
Two down. A reminder, too, that she doesn't just show up at the ballpark. I mean, none of these players do on either side. The film study that goes into it, the time in the batting cages, the conversations with your teammates, with your coaches, the preparation that goes into this is extraordinary.
Yeah, guaranteed she's already talking about not only these at-bats, but what JT Gasso, their hitting coach, saw and just learning. She's not going to just sit back and be like, well, I had 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. I'm good. How do you get better, even from there?
Well, you know, what do you got to get ready for with Kelly Maxwell, and what do you get ready for with Haley Dolcini? Those will be the 2 aces, whether it's Texas or Oklahoma State.
Yeah, no secrets. I mean, they all know each other from the Big 12. The fact that
Maxwell coming at you from the left side with what?
Curveball, changeup, a little bit of everything. I mean, and that's, you know, Dolcini is going to live on the arm side of the plate a lot of times, and with that screwball.
They're both going to come in.
Yeah.
It's Kelly from the left side to Jocelyn.
Well, you know, and that's always the adjustments. It's always that cat and mouse game of the pitch calling as well, and, you know, the comfort level, being committed to a pitch and executing it, throwing to the hitter, not always to the plate, depending on what the count is, what the umpire's zone is. And there are just flat out times that you go after hitters, and there's times that you don't, and you make someone else do the job.
An 8-run explosion here in the 5th. Finally comes to an end for the UCLA Bruins, and they are now up against it. Their final at-bat, the Sooners 3 outs away from the Champ Series. A nice moment for the UCLA seniors, Holly Acevedo, Bree Perez, Kinsley Washington about to walk into your picture, waving farewell to the Bruin faithful. Amazing careers that included the national championship in 2019. Delaney Wiz, the other senior. Incredible careers, valiant effort in the earlier game today to extend this to the if necessary, but the Sooners boomed in the second game. And OU 3 outs away from making the championship an all Big 12 affair. And they will await the winner of tonight's semifinal, Texas and Oklahoma State. We'll get underway on Wednesday night. Alyssa Garcia, Savvy Pola, and Megan Faremo are the ones due up. Let's see who comes to the plate. Bruins still bringing the energy over there in that dugout. Gotta love to see it. Hope Troutwine has allowed just one hit, and a controversial one at that. Otherwise, she would be looking at the potential for a perfect 5-inning game. Lions trying to make the play over, not in time, and that one would have busted up the no-no anyways.
Did you see that? Tiari Jennings tossed it, yes, to Lions. And look at, they've been practicing this.
I was going to say, they said just like we practiced.
Yeah. So Tiari Jennings is going to go way up the middle from the second base position. She knows she's not going to be able to make the throw. Lions is already in position. She tosses it to Lions. So take a look. The toss to Lions, the throw to first, just not in time. Garcia, lefty. If she'd have been a righty, that may have been an out.
Not a base hit for Garcia.
Here we go, Paula!
Savvy Pola coming to the plate. Tessa Malaulu is on to run there at first.
Oh, nice catch.
Good grab. And that's why you bring your glove to the ballpark. That's right. Savvy will be back for more next year. Faremo returns. Maya Brady. Of course, they'll get the injured Aaliyah Jordan back for a 7th season after they lost her to an ACL early this year. Oh, what a play by Lions, and then shuffles it over to Jennings for the out. Little roller ball from Grace.
And the hug at the end, too. They literally, embraced after you see the dive from Lions and then trying to turn it from Tiari Jennings. And these two middle infielders have a lot of fun. The defense that Oklahoma has had doesn't get talked about enough, but the bond, those two. I love that they just hugged it out at the end, too, almost.
Ball.
Look at this. I mean, they had the play prior to, but they tried to combine for one out together, and then that one they get it done.
Two down. One out away from the finals as Texas gets loose in one of the backfields for their semifinal showdown tonight on ESPN at 7 Eastern with Oklahoma State. Last year at the Women's College World Series, Oklahoma scored 49 runs. They are already at 48 right now without even getting to the Champ Series yet. They've hit 7 home runs and a dominating performance in the circle for Hope Troutwine, trying to go 3-0 here at Oklahoma City. Vines, fly ball, Boone back at the wall. Ball game, Oklahoma will play Wednesday in game 1 of the finals for a chance at a 6th national championship.
How about the response? And we've talked about it throughout the season. The offense, and that's exactly what they needed to come do. Boy, did they do it in a big way, and it was from the first inning on. A 15 spot. I love that Jocelyn Allo, not only the performance, but her calling it and telling her team, hey, let's go 5. Let's go ahead and run rule and get this deal sealed.
Well, and Hope Troutwine just showing that she is the ace of this team, with Jordy Ball being injured over the last month. Hope Troutwine getting it done. And just loving how her offense has been able to put up so many runs. Jocelyn Allo just continues to get better every single day of her career.
15-0, the final at a 40th run rule victory of the season. And the season comes to an end for UCLA and their terrific senior class. Holly Azevedo, Bree Perez, Delaney Wiz, Kinsley Washington. And down to the field, Holly and Jocelyn Allo.
Well, Jossie, you backs against the wall. You lose that first game. What was the fight in that locker room like before you came out for that second game?
It was just a matter of staying within ourselves and just playing the game that we play. And we came out hot, and there was no way we were going to be denied.
You see someone else step up and hit that 3-run home run. How did that fuel you when you stepped into the box the next time?
I just want to hop in on the party, quite honestly. So just anything I can do for my team to produce runs, score some runs, I'll do it.
As you come around the bases, you go, we're going 5. This is only going 5 innings. Why did you have that feeling in that moment?
I just know how good this team is, and I know what we're capable of. And I'm just excited to see where we go. I mean, sticks are hot right now, so.
Your stick was very hot. Your next at bat, you get up. Tell me about the Grand Slam.
Yeah, I faced her earlier at Bill Barber and seen her a little bit. I knew kind of what I wanted to sit. I was sitting change that at bat, so saw it and smacked it.
What is it like when you come around the bases, everyone's going crazy, and you put up your second home run in a game?
Yeah, it's insane. Just knowing it's my last World Series, just trying to leave it all out on the field, and just trying to leave my heart out on the field too. I won't get this opportunity again, so just trying to leave my mark.
You guys are on to the Champ Series. What is that going to be like for you?
I think it'll be very intense, and I think it'll be really good games. We'll be waiting to see who we play, but just excited for this team and where we're headed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shout out to Hawaii. Hula, never down.
Jocelyn Allo, the 2 home runs, tying an NCAA World Series record with her 7 RBIs. And they eliminate the UCLA Bruins. 3 teams remain. And tonight, Texas and Oklahoma State will fight it out for the other spot in the finals to face the defending champion Oklahoma Sooners. For our entire crew, thanks for being with us. We will see you Wednesday night for Game 1. Stick around, more softball to come. Courtney Lyle, Danielle Laurie, Madison Shipman, and Kyla Bro have you covered with 7 innings live.